it's almost over. They ain't gonna let it pull me under. But
Hello there, good afternoon and welcome to the Havelock Park here and Isipathana taking on Science College. First week of schools rugby and game number 6. This is going to be exciting. And Isipathana and Science College, if you look at the last few meetings, they have somewhat developed a rivalry where Science already had beaten Isipathana. So it's going to be a challenge for Isipathana, even though it's going to be a home game match. But Science College are definitely the giant killers, that's for sure. There you go. Isipathana College taking on Science College, the Dialog schools rugby. And that's going to be live and kicking here from Havelock Park and live and exclusively brought to you by www.ThePapare.com. And beautiful afternoon, fantastic, slightly breeze as well, but humidity is pretty high. I can say that. You can see even before the warm-up, the boys are really sweating, so that's something to take note of. I'm sure the referee will be considering a short break after 20 minutes, probably a minute break or so, considering the weather. And that's where it stands here at the Havelock Park. And joining me here in the commentary box, Hisham, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Clifford. Like you said, bright, sunny day for Open Rugby, and Open Rugby is what both these teams are known for. And it'll be interesting because last year's Isipathana's coach, Henry Terrence, is now with Science College, so he'll be hoping to pick out a few chinks in the Isipathana armory.
Well, that's going to be something interesting. It's going to be a battle not between the boys as well, but also the coaches. Well, there you go, 29 Celsius, wow. And the wind at 8 kilometers per hour, it's not that great, but mostly sunny. But let's hope there's not going to be any rain. But still, at this point, I would prefer some rain, because just to help out the players, and definitely fitness is going to be a challenge for these two teams considering the weather. So that's where it stands. You can see the blue skies over Havelock Park and beautiful weather and fantastic atmosphere. And when you say Isipathana playing here at Havelock Park, well, that's their home ground and it's always buzzing. So that's where it stands. Havelock taking on Science College. A big game for both schools. The first game for both schools. In fact, Isipathana taking on Science College. And that's going to be a big ask for Science as well, because they have beaten Isipathana previously, Hisham. But they have, like you said, these two teams are known for loose rugby, and you can see a lot of running, and that's going to be definitely a guaranteed expectation for both these two teams. And also Isipathana, on the other hand, yes, they are playing their first game, but this is going to be their home ground, so they'll be playing with loads of confidence.
Exactly. I think even Science College, you can tag them as the giant killers, but they have some experienced players in their ranks, like Lakranda, their skipper. So the only difference I see is Isipathana playing at Havelock Park, which is bound to give them that home ground advantage, and maybe just a bit of more experience in their players. Their players, most of them are players who have played first 15 colours for at least 1 or 2 years. So that will, in terms of match experience, will give them a slight advantage. But like you said, you can't predict the outcome of this. Isipathana are favourites, but Science College are really up for it.
Yeah, having said that, we are going in for a short commercial break. Once we are back, we will be bringing you the live coverage. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. This is going to be one exciting thriller.
New, long-lasting fragrances. New, long-lasting fragrances.
Oh, අපේ තරංකාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරං කළාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංකාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අතිසාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි. New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
5කින්
දවස මැච් බලන්න පුළුවන්නේ.
දැන් මුළු දවසම ක්‍රිකට්, රග්බි, ෆුට්බෝල්, වොලිබෝල් එකී මෙකී නොකී ඕනෑම තරගයක් බලන්න ඔබට වැය වෙන්නේ රුපියල් 5යි. පිවිසෙන්න. මැච් බලන්න සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරන්න.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අතිසාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි. New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
It ain't easy, but it's almost over. They ain't gonna let it pull me under. But
Hello there, welcome back. You're watching the live coverage here at the Havelock Park between Isipathana College and Science College. This is going to be game number 6 on week 1st. In fact, the first week of schools, Dialog schools rugby encounter. And joining me here in the afternoon to bring you the game to your screens, it's going to be Hisham. Hisham, if you look at these two teams, especially Isipathana, they are quite known for playing some fast rugby, and also they used to use the 3 quarters. But equally, Science also have adapted to that style. Is there anything between these two teams, anything identical in terms of coaching or in terms of playing patterns? How this is happening? Any idea that you have, because you being a big Isipathana fan?
Well, I guess it's about using the resources available to you, because I think Isipathana is not known for having big boys, if you would call it, within their ranks. But whenever they have, even when, for example, if you take the teams like 2015 or 2014, when they had the likes of Omal Kagunaratne and also Omal Kagunaratne, Chatura Dilshan, they still opted to play fast open rugby using that structure. I think that's what suits them first, and that's what gets them results.
Well, super. So this week it's going to be Royal taking on St. Anthony's College, so that's going to be happening at Royal Park. And this week's results so far, that's super. You can look at it. St. Peter's just running over Dharmaraja, 50 points to 14. And St. Joseph's going down to Kingswood. It's a surprise there. And 14-10. I wouldn't say it's a surprise. In fact, Kingswood played really well. And Trinity 17-8 over St. Thomas's, and Wesley 36-6 over Vidyartha. So that's going to be an exciting week this year as well. The first week is going to be a little bit exciting, and you can see all those teams, Peters, Trinity, and as well as Kingswood, they're walking out as the winners. And yearly progress, schools rugby, you can see the league, Isipathana 2015, the cup runners-up and champions in 2017, 16, 17 runners-up, 18th 4th place, and 19th 6th place. And 2020 is going to be another exciting year. This year, I'm sure they're targeting for the championship, because they have loads of experience and they have some fantastic running rugby around, and definitely they'll be contesting for the championship. In fact, Science College 15, 4th place. It's not a bad finish for 15 and 16, and 17 also 5th, and they've been in the top 5 from 15 to 18, and last year they were 8th, and that's on the cup. And if you look at 18, they're 4th in the play championship. So it's progress, but again, sudden dip in 2019. So hopefully they're going to recover, because if you look at their side, and there are some senior players left, so definitely they'll be playing some good rugby this year.
Well, they certainly have brought in 2 established coaches. Here we go, the Isipathana lineup. Sandu Sihasara, Venra Kodagoda, Seni Rajapaksha, the front row, Dodangoda, Pereira, Sandaruwan, Ravin Bandara, Dahan Wickramaratche, the number 8. A lot will be expected of him today. Johan Ratnavir and Renu De Silva, the two halves combination. Nadine Basic, Manil Karuberu, Lukman Riaz, his new centre partner. And Ramita De Silva, the vice captain, slotting it at the wing 3/4 position. And Ashan Gunasekara at fullback. And the Science College lineup: Denuan Silva, Kavindu Nimsara, Binusha Fernando, Sachin Alok and Imit Pereira, the two second rows. Temia Pereira, Bimsara Pereira and Pasindu Sangalpa at number 8. Rasanga Dinushan, look out for this boy. He's an exciting player to watch. Yasas Kure playing at fly half today in the number 15 jersey. Akash Madhushankar and Hasaranga Mudalige, two big centers for Science College, and a lot will be expected from them. Navindu Silva, Hanseka Kularachi and Tarusha Silva at fullback.
So those are the lineups for these two teams, and that's going to be a super lineup, you can see, because already we read out the names. You can see the big numbers, the big players on 3/4, and especially Ruberu playing his 3rd or the 4th year, if I'm not mistaken, 5th year in fact, and he's got heap loads of experience, and he has done wonders over the years. He has won matches for Isipathana, but this time there's going to be a little bit of an extra burden as well, carrying the captaincy, and that's going to give him a little bit. You can take it as 50-50. Either he's going to take the pressure on, or if not, he's going to take it as a power and just cruise forward. So he's a guy who's a player who's capable of doing that. We have seen him doing that, so it's going to be exciting to watch him. And also the Science College scrum half, like you rightly said, Dinushan, and he's going to be another threat as well. And we have seen him in the past, and he has produced some fantastic balls, and today he's going to be a pivotal player. So those are the couple of players to watch. But other than that, it's going to be loose rugby, it's going to be a lot of running rugby, and that's going to be exciting each and every time. I can guarantee you, both the teams, when they get on this ball, and definitely it's going to be running these balls, that's going to be exciting.
Exactly. Whenever these two teams have met, it's not been low-scoring affairs. It's always been high-scoring affairs, regardless of who wins the game. It's always been high-scoring affairs, because that's the attacking impetus both these teams bring into their game. And also, like we said, it'll be interesting to see if Science College will opt to have a little more structure in their play, or will it be helter-skelter from the start, because Coach Bilal Yusuf and both Henry Terrence are coaches who really give in some importance for the technical aspect of the game. And then again, Isipathana also have a new coaching staff, Ronnie Ibrahim along with Riza Mubarak and Buddhika Talagampala. So that's going to be an interesting affair as well.
Yeah, talking about Ronnie Ibrahim, one of the favorite coaches and one of the best coaches Sri Lanka has ever produced, and he is quite used to delivering championship sides, and also one of the masterminds, I would say, in Sri Lanka rugby, and he's going to have a lot to deliver through Isipathana. So definitely he's going to bring in his tactics, and also he's going to bring in his experience to pitch along with the Isipathana team. But it's not going to be easy for them as well, because most of the teams have really geared up. If you look at St. Peter's, St. Joseph's, Kingswood is playing really well, Trinity is down there, and especially Royal College and St. Joseph's. So this is going to be a tough league. 2020, it's going to be very promising. We had a good start last week, during this week. In fact, this is game number 6. Already we can see a couple of fantastic results. Peters just simply overpowering Dharmaraj about 50 or 50 plus points, and also Kingswood creating an upset by beating St. Joseph's. Well, St. Thomas has played really well, but Trinity, well, they are yet to click, but what they did was they quite good enough, or rather they're quite capable of grasping whenever St. Thomas made a mistake, and they managed to win that. So this is going to be an exciting lead, and today Royal College taking on St. Anthony's. That is going to be another one good game, or rather big game, and if St. Anthony's can beat Royal College, that's going to be a massive result for them. Or if not, Royal playing in their home grounds, definitely they'll be aiming for just the first victory. So that's going to be something good for them as well.
So Science College, they have their skipper. He's starting at the props position, then one Lakranda, and also, like we said, Akash Madhushankar, the center. Hasaranga, another important player for Science College. It'll be interesting to see, because Manil Karuberu will be having a new centre partner after having Manul Ratnayaka for several seasons. Lukman Riaz will be partnering him at the second centre's position, and then again he, along with Lukman, will be taking on Hasaranga and Akash. So that's going to be a very interesting battle between the two centres. So, and also in the forwards position, I'm sure Isipathana, with a bit of experience in their forwards ranks, will be looking to pile on the pressure up front and then try to use their three quarters. So all in all, it's going to be an interesting battle as we await the two teams to make their way to the field. And slowly, the crowd is surely building up here at Havelock Park.
Yeah, it's just not only the teams. The venue here at Havelock Park also has a history of creating some fantastic rugby. And this year, if you look at Havelock Sports Club, also they did quite well with a young and promising team, and they delivered some good rugby. But I would say more than Havelock, this ground is known for Isipathana, where they have produced some better results than Havelock Sports Club per se. Well, yeah, it's going to be some big ask for the Science College, but definitely they have the ammunition, and definitely they'll be able to fight back, or rather give a good fight. And compared to last year, they'll be planning to bounce back. And Isipathana, on the other hand, with Roddy Ibrahim, knowing his mentality, he's a championship winning coach. Well, definitely he'll be pushing Isipathana not for a third and or top 3 or top 4 finish. Definitely he'll be charging for the championship. So that's for sure. And talking to a few Isipathana old boys also in the committee, yes, that's the sound comes in there as well. And definitely they'll be challenging for the championship. They have had the build-up season last year, I would say. The rebuilding process was done, so the team is fully seasoned and they're good to go.
Certainly this team has to deliver, because nothing is expected of them. They have to go for a top 2 finish at least, because the championship is the target which has been set by the coaching staff as well as the college authorities. Like you said, they had a lean spell for the past 2 seasons, but this team, I think only about 4 or 5 players leave from this team as well, so they have a solid structure in place. So it's just that they now need to make sure that they deliver results. If you take the example, Royal College, just look at them. 3 seasons, league champions back to back, and here we go. Then the last time the teams met in 2009, it was a 35-8 victory at Mount Lavinia for Isipathana College. In 2016, it was a close affair, 29 points to 23. That was when Isipathana did eventually win the league title under Kushan Silva. That was the last time they did it. So the teams meet just a year later. And now can Science College come back with a win? And here we go, the last year's performance. Isipathana played 9, won 4, lost 4, and all 4 were in the second round. They just lost once in round 1. And then they drew one, that was against St. Thomas's. So their performance toward the back end of the league season last year wasn't the best. And
well, there you go. The Science last year, they actually played 9, won 4, and lost 5. So they were placed 8th in the Cup Championship. And well, that's not the finish they were going to look at. But in fact, if you look at 2016, was one of their best seasons. But what happened was they were unable to retain their key players 2017 and 2018. So players moved out to different schools. So that was one of the downfall. But right now, what their focus is, they are going to build this team, right, and retain the players and take it through. So that's the idea. And they are having a good coach, and they have good set of players, and their old boys are getting involved, and also there are other sponsors who's coming in, which is very important, and that will give them a good foundation and a platform to develop a team. And that's not just going to be for this season, but then again to take it through. Well, as we speak, you can see Isipathana team entering the field, and there's a lot of cheer here on the grounds, and that's their home grounds. And Isipathana are ready to take on Science College. This is going to be first week in Dialog Schools Rugby and match number 6.
so Manil Karuberu leading his team out. Science College yet to make their way. And you did mention this, Clifford, pre-game, that the ground conditions are a bit hard, you would say. Players would have loved to have some watering done. And during the junior games, we saw a fair amount of dust being floating across, a few patches in the ground as well. And like you said, hopefully the referee will consider having a short break.
Well, it's very likely they might go for a water break because the conditions are not that great to continue. And there you go, Ishanka Bekon is the referee. He'll be assisted by Gihan Yatavara and Dilum Deshana. Speaking about the referees, Ishanka Bekon is one of the top in the local league. Has officiated some top club rugby matches as well as schools matches, so he's got heap loads of experience. We are waiting for the science team to enter. You can see there's going to be fireworks for sure. You can already hear the crackers, and that's big. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is schools rugby, and there you go, Science College entering the field, led by skipper Denwan Lakranda.
And as Science College make their way to the ground, you can see they have a few big boys. The skipper Lakranda seems to be the biggest on the field, as well as their center.
Well, there you go. That's the ritual before you start. And referee gives sufficient time for all these, which is good. It shows the unity of the team. And they show respect, which is good. And that's the final huddle before the kickoff. There you go. Science College playing in their favorite maroon and grey. They'll be playing against the green machine, Isipathana College. So this is going to be the first encounter, or rather first game, the first kickoff for these two teams for the season 2020.
So Hasaranga in the number 10 jersey. He's playing as center, but he has the number 10 jersey on. And Yasas Kure will be playing as fly half.
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourselves. Isipathana was a Science College. Science opting to go very low. And good return kick. Superb return kick. Good collection. Ball went straight away to Hasaranga. He picked it up and just simply cleared it. Well, in fact, that is to Silva. Good start for Isipathana. Science opting to go with the low kick instead of putting the ball in the air. Just scrubber. And they're opting to go for a 5-man. And Science taking it clean. Beautiful out in there. Big lad, Havelock. Sachin coming in. He's been brought down.
Back.
That's good hands. For a moment I thought it was offside, but it's with the players charging in. That's the skipper Manil Ribeiro. There you go. Quickly taken, not 10 meters. Referee's playing advantage. Science on a move now. That's a good start for them. And that was too close. That was too close, and the pass was too powerful. And that's not 10 meters. It's an exciting start here, Sham.
Science College proving their intentions right from the start. Quick tap taken off that penalty. Plenty of dust on the field. It's not going to be easy for the players. And the game pattern there was simple. Few phases of the forwards and then use the 3 quarters. Unfortunately, they just couldn't make that pass stick. That's a good kick.
Oh, superb. Using his left foot. Hasaranga goes for that kick, finding it touch, and once again putting pressure on Isipathana. And for the first time they are getting inside the Pathana territory, and they will have a throw in. So let's see how Isipathana is going to deal with this. Nimsara with the throw. Good take by Science College. And they are few meters away from the white line. Can they hold on to it? Referees playing advantage. And Science, they have the advantage. They are putting a lot of pressure on Isipathana. So that's the first ball coming out of that ball. In fact, the ruck going into contact. And that was now into Silva. Good turnover there by Isipathana, but unfortunately that was a penalty. Referee was playing advantage. So Science College, they have another opportunity. They are pushing forward.
Coming in from the side, says the referee. I think that was the correct call. So Science College, that's a warning sign there. They've got a good set of backs, but their forwards are equal to it. Once again, opting for the line out. Why not? They gained plenty of meters there off that initial line out, so no prizes for guessing here. They're going to opt for the rolling maul.
Well, Imet Pereira and Themi has been jumping very well. Themi Gimhara. So they have taken 2 out of 2 so far. And let's see where the jump is going to be. And there you go. They're switching. That's a beautiful one. Superb one. Isipathana got caught for that. They were actually expecting a jump. It's a quick throw. Close one. Very short one. And Isipathana under pressure at the moment. The big man, Binusha. Oh, it's a turnover. Beautifully stolen, I would say. Nicely done by Isipathana. They have the chance to clear it. Opting to go for contact. They want to build it up, build a ruck, clear the lines, and then they go for it. That's a knock forward. So there you go. Referee gives advantage. But unfortunately, since it was not moving, going back to the scrum for Isipathana. The chance for Isipathana. They really must have been thought probably Science was pushing forward. So let's take it back. But unfortunately, Science caused an error. So that's a turnover ball for Isipathana.
That's some good innovative thinking there by the Science College forwards. Everyone was expecting the line-out jump, but they went short. Almost managed to land a try there. But unfortunately, it was a knock forward. Now Isipathana with a chance to get out of jail. Johan Ratnavira with the feed in. Dahan breaks on the open side. Still going, not held. That's good strength by the young number 8. Johan to Renuja. Thumps it down the park. Finds space. And will get a line out in favor of his team as well, because the Science College player fumbled with it. So excellent stuff overall by Isipathana. Get out of jail. Card used well.
Renuja Silva. What is he wearing? That was a massive kick. Massive kick. Easily 60 meters. Wow. What a clearance. That's what Isipathana needed. In no time, they are back inside the Science territory. That's something exciting to see.
Number two.
They had a moment of blip, but they recovered. Beautiful break there by Dahan Vikramarachi. And that gave Renuja a beautiful one. Good. Oh, that's a knock forward. Could have held on to it. Good jump there by Surya Dorangoda.
Well, the jump was good, but not his pass. He just flung that pass down basketball style, and the scrum half wasn't expecting it. And regarding Range Silva, he comes in. The family line is full of proud rugby players like Devinda Patranage, Chamod Fernando, Dinusha Chaturanga.
Number 9. Bankers in.
Was out of action due to injury last season and playing his final year.
Sham, the best thing is if you look at these two teams, especially Isipathana looks very calm and quiet, and they look to be very organized. But Science College, on the other hand, yeah, they're playing some fantastic rugby too. So, first few minutes, there you go. Isipathana pushing forward, but then again, it's going to be a number 8 break from the blind side for Science College. They set up that ruck, going into contact. That's what they want to do. They want to create few faces before the ball has been fed into the 3 quarters. Once again, that's the face number 3. Good tackle coming in from Dahin. Well, loose ball. It's a knock forward. Referee's playing advantage. Ball has been put inside the Pathana territory. And there are chasers, but good step away there. Beautiful steps there. And that's going to be a good one. Basik Nadine. A good passage of play, and both teams did really well. Isipathana collecting it from deep. Nasik, in fact, Nadine just charging forward, stepping outside from 2 players and going into contact. Unfortunately, it was knocked forward, but if not, had he had the support, it would have been a different story.
Nadine Basik spotted the gap, almost set it up, but just lost control of the ball. And so far, a few errors from Isipathana. And this is dangerous territory because Science College have a centre field scrum. The ball set it up in the left corner of the field. Breaks on the other side, the number 8. And that's a penalty, obstruction. So Isipathana will retain possession. So neither team unable to put up a constructive passage of play.
A little bit of a harsh call there because there's not many defenders there to defend. So basically, like, he was just passing through. But anyways, the law stays as it is. An accidental offside. And Isipathana, they have the ball now once again. Let's see how far this kick is going to go. He's been kicking nicely. It's too close to the touch, but managed to get out of the park. Or rather, kick it out of the park. Good enough. Gained about 20 yards, 20 meters, I would say. A little over 20 meters. So line out for Isipathana inside Science territory. This is the third occasion that they have arrived in this zone. Let's see what they can make out of it. Oh, Science College contesting nicely, but it's a clean line out. And there you go, Dahan Vikramarachi. He just looked like a junior marker to me. But Maneka Ruberu sending it out.
Release it.
And Isipathana beautifully forming that good passage of play there by the green machine.
No.
They are going into contact, but they are going it with confidence. That's the beauty about it.
Once again, a knock forward by Johan Anjana. He was complaining there was a Science College player obstructing, but he should have collected that ball cleanly. You need to secure ball. So once again, Isipathana just managing to put up a few phases, about 4 I think, and then it's a turnover position. So that's not what the coaching staff will be looking forward here. Because you see, when they are in possession of the ball, when they are putting a few phases, they look dangerous. But it just all goes down the drain when you lose possession.
Fine.
Science College once again with another scrum.
Stay bound. Stay.
Number 8. Once again, this time gets away from his man. A huge hit on Renuja Silva. And they switch play to the other side.
You can't. You can't.
Well, I really don't understand what was that call. Actually, he was airborne, and when the tackle was made, but actually, I think the ref, in fact, stated the player was on the air. Right, so that's a chance for 3 points for Isipathana early on in the game. 10 minutes on the clock. So Isipathana back to back attacking on the Science territory, penetrating through. But Science College, on the other hand, they had the opportunity. It was the third number 8 break on that occasion. That was passing to Sankalpa, but he was pretty much isolated. There was no support from the scrum half. So there was a turnover ball, in fact, for Isipathana. So chance for the young Renuja Silva to make, or rather put his team in front.
So both the number 8 showing plenty of intent, running with the ball. And as we progress through the game, just to see how they will continue to do so. Renuja with the kick, way off target. So that's a bad miss.
Well, a little bit early on in the game, first kick of the season at goal was unsuccessful. Probably a lot of pressure. The schoolboy rugby the schoolboys are more under pressure than the club rugby players, that I can say. Once again, Renuja Silva collecting it and sending it out to Manak Ribeiro. Kick and chase, and he's got his 3/4 chasing, but good touch ultimately.
Well, I guess that was a correct option, but wrong execution. Couldn't find any one of his players. So once again, it's line out time. So we already have a few line outs here on this same position of the field. And the referee, I think he has lost his watch. So he's requested for his assistance timekeeper for the time being.
Right, Mark. Hurry up, boat out. Boat out.
So on that occasion, skipper Ruberu taking charge and going for that chip kick, counting on his deputy,
Time on.
Ramita De Silva, to charge down, but unfortunately ball went on to touch. But good line out, and Isipathana winning that science line out. So
Back.
for the first time, it's a turnover line out here.
No.
And good charge there. Pathana on the move. Silva to Ruberu. Ruberu got Dahan, and he's got Oshan, and there you go, Ramita De Silva. He's been knocked back. Beautiful tackle coming in there. Good support play by the Pathana as well.
No hands.
Nadine Basic
Back.
trying to go through. It was Renuja. Flat pass, but once again knocked forward. Referee playing advantage for Science College.
Roll away.
Still playing advantage. The ball is with Science College.
Temia Ginghana for Science College taking this ball and putting that ball up and under, and Oshan collecting it cleanly. Ashan in fact Gunasekara, he goes into contact. Isipathana got numbers. Beautiful rocking there. They managed to secure the ball. Dahan going in for that one, but unfortunately missing it out. Isipathana. Now they have to defend. And that's going to be... Oh, that's a high tackle. That's the call by the referee. So it's a chance for Science College.
Captain.
Science College to...
Captain. Number 12. Penalties are not ready. Manage kar karna.
So the referee is saying that Isipathana conceding too many penalties to manage it. If not, he will be forced to opt for the card.
Time on.
Yeah, one too many penalties. We saw that. And that's going to be an easy kick for the left-footed Hasaranga. That's a decent kick to find touch. So this game has been swinging both ways, but I would say Pathana having the advantage, being in a couple of good offensive positions. They could have converted them into points, but unfortunately they were unable to do that just because of their own mistakes, couple of knock forwards. But Science hanging in there, not giving up, and that's going to be a good line out, and that's a massive one. That's a massive one. Nobody was there to collect it, but still Science managed to secure it. So opting to go with the forwards. Once again, passing to going into contact. Good clearance. And that's going to be a grubber kick. It's going to be a foot race, kick and chase. And chance for Ashan to put the ball back into Science territory. Good return kick. And once again, Isipathana. 3/4 are charging. That's a loose ball. That looking dangerous. He's pretty much isolated, but luckily Science players are there to secure him or rescue him. But that's a knock forward once again. This is going to be a roller coaster. What a game this is turning out to be. Pretty much under pressure. Players taking the eyes off the ball. And especially the key player shouldn't be doing that. That's Rehan Ratnavira, the scrum half for Science College. In fact, Rasaranga Dinushan. That's a scrum half for Science College. Isipathana playing some superb rugby there. Receiving that ball in the deep end. And they put the kick back in. But credit goes to the chargers, the chasers. They were superb. They were targeting pretty much the back row who was receiving from the Science College. And they managed to secure a scrum. So they are once again inside Science territory. This is going to be happening. Silva to Ribeiro, back inside to Randika. Oh, that's going to be... I'm not sure what was happening. I think it was a forward pass. Yes, it is. Well,
that pass did look forward by Manuk Ribeiro. Had it been executed better, it would have been a lovely try.
Well, a little bit of delay in there, returning to the place where the scrum has to be done.
Time off.
And it's going to be a couple of injuries. Yes, that was a massive tackle when he was receiving it. That was, in fact,
That's Ramita De Silva, the vice captain, on the floor. He's getting his knees strapped.
but beautiful running. He came from an angle, and Science defense was completely gobsmacked. But what happened was, unfortunately, he was a couple of feet in front of Manika Ruberu. The ball was slightly off, in fact, the forward pass, so which resulted in a scrum. If not, it would have been a fantastic try. Beautiful passage of play there by Isipathana College. Good counter-attack. And that really, really puzzled the defense of Science College. So a little bit of breathing space for Science to rebuild, recollect, get that scrum right and get out of the trouble zone. 17 minutes on the clock. Nothing on the board though. If you're just joining us from home, good afternoon to you. You're watching the Dialog Schools Rugby on www.ThePapare.com, live and exclusively from Havelock Park. Science College taking on Isipathana, or rather you can say Isipathana taking on Science at their home grounds. 18 minutes of rugby has been played. It's been swinging both ways. So no scores yet. Science with the throw in. Rasanga. Good ball out there to Yasas. Going into the opposite direction. Not a good collection there by Gunasekara, but managed to secure the ball. Science putting a lot of pressure. He has to release. Yes. He was pretty much isolated. So that's a penalty for Science College. Good work there done by both the flankers, Bimsara Pereira and Temia Gimhara, chasing that down. Once again, left-footed kicker, Yasas Kure. Decent kick. So once again, going into the opposite direction. There you go, that's the replay. So this is going to be interesting to see who is the jumper that is going to be using. So Science College was pretty much depending on Sachin Alok, but also they had Imet Pereira who was jumping. But let's see where the jump is going to go. It's going to be a long one. That's a crooked throw. So good call by the referee. He was just there to watch that. On previous occasion, I think they got away with that, and this time the referee was right in front of them.
Well, I think the previous occasion the ball just squirted back to the three quarters. This time it just was there right in the zone, so I think it was pretty easy for the referee to catch that error. The referee advising both players to have a steady scrum. So Isipathana once again find themselves inside their own half. They've got a few opportunities, if you would say, but poor handling, poor decision making has cost them. Huge thumping kick by Renu Silva. Good collection there by the Science College player, and that was knocked forward, was it? Looked knocked forward off the tackle. Referee says play on, and then he offers the penalty for Isipathana. Holding on, says the referee. So there you go, plenty of opportunities coming Isipathana's way. It's just that they are not taking them. Once again, they're inside, just inside Science half.
Once again, superb kick, but couldn't find touch. And the return kick, or in fact that was a knock forward, couldn't find touch, but it doesn't make sense. It's almost like found touch, you know, if it is a knock forward and just 5 meters away. So this is going to be a massive opportunity for Science, in fact Isipathana College, and just can go on to score. They've been trying, they've been attacking, they've been on left flank, on the right flank, through the middle, but unfortunately they were unable to cross that white line of Science. Science been defending very well too, but this occasion, this is going to be big. keep an eye on that number 8, Dahin Vikramarachi.
So this is the closest Isipathana have come. This time they opt for the 3 quarters. That's a brilliant score by Ramita De Silva. Joins the 3 quarters, barges his way through, and Isipathana open scoring. But that comes off a huge Science College mistake. Renu De Silva made a mistake, a real hash of that penalty kick. But then off that fumble, off the scrum, Isipathana score.
Well, could have collected it, but unfortunately it was a knockoff. And Ramita De Silva beautifully barging through, crossing that line and taking on 2 defenders, touching down beautifully for the first try for Isipathana. 5-0, Green Machine. They are on a move.
Well, Coach Bilal Yusuf will be really pulling his hair out there. So far, Science College have done well to contain Isipathana. But then again, that mistake proving costly. And they concede the first try. But it's taken almost 20 minutes in the game to have the first scoring done. And Manilka Ruberu this time lining up the kick.
It's not a typical start for Isipathana. By the 20th minute, they would be 7-8 points up. And swinging it a little bit wide. That's pretty much kickable distance. This is going to cause some concerns for the coach. 2 kickable conversions were missed. It was a penalty. And that's going to be the time off we've been talking about. I think it's just going to be a quick 1-minute break. Or is it? Yes, it's going to be a quick 1-minute break. Looking at the weather, yes, you have to give that. But going back to that try, if you can see a replay, that would be fantastic. But it was a mistake, in fact, caused by the Science College defense. Basically, the kick from Ranuja couldn't find touch, and in fact, it was a knock forward. Just because of the knock forward, that 5-meter scrum, that gave the opportunity for Isipathana to move forward and barge through that defend and cross that line. I was actually expecting the number 8 break, but Pathana team, they had other options. So good start, good thinking, good pretty much intelligent move, I would say, and that's their goal. So 5-0 to Pathana.
Well, the coach of Science College, Bilal Yusuf, will not be that concerned yet because it's just a 5-0 lead. But Isipathana showing a few chinks in the armory. The 2 kicks which they have, the penalty kick as well as the conversion, should have been put over. Science College with the restart, thumping kick. And what a kick. Isipathana College players were not positioned well enough. But that was a huge kick off the left boot. I think that was Hasaranga. And all of a sudden, Isipathana find themselves pinned inside their 5-meter zone. And this is a crucial line out. They've got to get this right and got to make sure that their exit strategies are spot on.
Yeah, the restart seems to be favorable in place of Science. And 5-0 to them. Good long throw. Not a good one, but referee says that's okay. And the big prop forward, Sarindu Sihasar, have been held back. And Manilka Ruberu going in for contact. And they're still setting up Ranuja. Ranuja going for that short one. That's going to be good enough to get out of trouble. Reduce the pressure, but not good enough to get out of their half. So Science once again putting the pressure on Pathana. Good turnaround for them. They quickly realize it's just only 5 points, which is within distance. And that's going to give them some confidence. Good planning there. Let's see how the execution is going to be. It's pretty straightforward. Number 5 jump there. In fact, number 3, Imet Pereira, collecting it clean. Setting up that maul. They're carrying on that with rolling maul. That's going to be troublesome for Isipathana. They are finding it difficult to hold this maul. And they actually managed to grab about 15 yards. Can they go further? Yes, they are moving forward. And Isipathana struggling to contain this Science College maul. That's going to be about 5 meters away. Good ruck. They're setting it up nicely. Science College. Isipathana trying to counter ruck. But Science moving forward. They have this ball very comfortably. Let's see on which side they're going to go. Still they're going in for contact. Shot takes. Few yards gained. About 6 meters away. The big prop forward charging through. Fernando. Binusha Fernando for Science College. There comes the ball out. The big numbers. Good offload. Cutting back inside. That's good passage of play. De Silva. But he goes into contact. The important thing is they have to retain the ball. Short tap quickly taken.
One penalty here. Yeah, what do you want?
Well, that's going to be an option.
If he's asking which penalty do you want, you got a penalty on the far corner.
Number 13. Number 13. You offside.
So the penalties for the line was offside. In fact, they had the both option. So Science College opted to go on the left flank. So they're going to go for post or they're going to go for touch. That's going to be interesting. Well, I wouldn't be surprised even if they go for touch, because their line out has been superb, except for one line out which they lost out, and the second one was a crooked throw. Other than that, the jumpers have done their job for them. So seems like a blood injury, and that's the big number 4,
Right, number 4.
Sachin Aloka for Science College.
The problem for Science College is that they are losing him during, if they are opting for the line out, it will be a massive blow. The Science College have asked plenty of questions here of the Isipathana forward pack in line out time, and quite a few occasions they've gained more than a few meters.
So Denuan Silva, the skipper, opting to go for touch, and that's going to be Hasaranga putting that ball out. Yes, that seemed to be a clean touch. So 5 meters line out for Science College. That's within touching distance. If they can score, they can make things even. Isipathana leading at the moment 5-0. Science is playing some decent rugby, not giving much away for Isipathana. That's an easy one, not contesting Isipathana. That's going to be a rolling maul, but Isipathana, they have the defense coming in, trying to push that maul away. It's a turnover. That is a turnover. Knock forward. Good work by Isipathana defense. That's an opportunity missed for Science College, that's for sure. Good kick, but has he found touch? Ball is still within inside. There are a couple of chases pretty much isolated. Once again, kick and chase.
Don't play. Number 3, don't
Ball
play.
falls in no man's land. It's kind of a little kicking competition. Both sides kicking.
Offside. Number 3.
That's a penalty for offside because the number 3 wasn't supposed to play that ball. He was in offside position when that kick was made by the Science College player.
Take this coming down.
So they will come all the way back to the Isipathana 22, and Isipathana will have the penalty.
Number 3.
So that's a new play in Kavindu Dilshan. Should have known better. But this will give some space for Renuja Silva to align his kick this time. It seems to be a decent kick. He's got power, Hisham, and also he's got the length and the distance, but he's not finding that correct line to find touch. So he has to work a little bit on the kicking. And you can't complain much because there's no wind as well, no breeze. So it's pretty straightforward kicks. He's not getting those kicks right, but I can see he's got plenty of power and superb distance.
Spot on, Clifford. I think he needs to get the precision right.
Kodagoda throws in and good collection. Beautiful passage there by Surya Dorangoda. He found that gap and opted to go on the blind side. And the big numbers going in. It's a knock forward. Good tackle. Superb one there by Bimsara Pereira. Going very low with the man and the ball. And that put a lot of pressure on Surya Dorangoda and releasing that ball. It's a knock forward. Good turnover there.
So we're slowly reaching the half an hour mark. And still the score is 5-0. Plenty of mistakes by both teams, Isipathana in particular. Neither team have managed to get a hold of possession and put in a few phases. Isipathana on a couple of occasions have showed promise, but then again poor decision making and poor ball handling has let them down. And Science College, they'll be very happy with this position. 30 minutes into the game at Havelock Park against Isipathana, trailing by just 5 points.
It seems like this is going to be a second half game, but the question you have to ask yourself, which team is going to be the fittest with these weather conditions? Oh, well, for the first time, Science College working that 3/4 line for the full length, and good defensive work there by Pathana as well. Well, could have gone in for the second phase. So that's a mistake most of the schools do. They have to create those gaps, work that ball, create multiple opportunities, left to right flank, swing that around and create multiple phases, and then eventually you'll find the gaps. First phase attacking mode is very unrealistic. Oh, good jump, cleanly taken. Nisalka Pereira and Randy Silva putting it up in there. And under pressure, good take there as well equally. Sharita Madhushan, in fact Tarush Silva. Oh, it's a kick blocked and goes into touch. A lot of pressure being put on by Isipathana side. And Science, when they are, something that I've noticed, when they are on the attacking mode, they are playing some fantastic rugby, but when it comes to defense, they are not focusing that much. And when they are under pressure, they're slightly struggling. And Isipathana, like they capitalized to score that 5 points, can they make it count once again? But this time, since it has touched Pathana player, and it's going to be a line out. Mimsara with the throw. Let's see who's going to be jumping. Once again, that's a number 5 player. That's Imet Pereira.
The referee playing advantage. It was number 4 Isipathana Surya. So there's no advantage. The referee will come back for the penalty.
Well, Hisham, I'm a little bit surprised if you look at Denuan Silva, the tallest and the biggest player. You can see right next to the referee there. He's the skipper for Science College. But I haven't seen jumping in the line out yet. And they are pretty much utilizing 2 players. That's the 2 lock forwards, Sachin Alok and Imet Pereira. And Isipathana are yet to mark those 2 players. Either they are not contesting, or if not, they are not getting those players for the during the jump. But on the other hand, the biggest player, Denuan Silva, the skipper for Science College, is yet to jump on those lineouts. And probably it's a ploy that they're keeping him, and they don't need to use him right now, and it might come a little bit later onwards.
Well, he's playing as a loose prop, so I think we just want to keep him in that position despite his height. I think they're using their regular second rowers at line-out time.
Well, a little bit of fumble, but still they managed to get it. A good powerful run, but it's been held back. Havindu Dilshan for Science College. Hasaranga. Once again, it's a loose ball. Pretty much you have the entire 3/4 coming in to join the party. But running across the field, that's going to be Pereira, Bimsara Pereira. Been a lively wire for Science College in defense, the flanker. And now they got plenty of numbers, but opting to go across the field. That seems to be a little bit overcooked. And that's a good touch. That's a superb touch. Well, in fact, under pressure, I would say it's a good kick under pressure. Hasn't gained much yardage, but good enough to get out of trouble. If not, it would have been an opportunity for Science College. They had 2 charging players. It's 2 against 1 situation. Good clearance kick. So once again, Science penetrate into the Science Isipathana territory, and this is the 4th or the 5th occasion. So let's see whether they could make this count. And nothing much, I would say, in Isipathana's defense. Once again, it's a crooked throw. So this is what I was going to say, Hisham. And each and every occasion, except for one turnover ball by Isipathana, the rest is their own mistakes. Could be a knock-on, or if not a crooked throw, or if not a forward pass, and losing the ball. So this is what Science College have to work on. They really work hard to get inside the Pathana territory, but they are not focusing from there onward to take it to convert into points, and opportunities were missed. And Isipathana, on the other hand, this is the 4th time lucky, I would say.
Fine. Set.
I think both teams have been found guilty, just not being able to get a hold of possession. They need to. Once again, there you go, Renu Silva with a lovely chip. Marco Ribeiro reads it, but then straight to the hands of the Science College centre.
No.
So Science with possession. Once again, a booming kick. And if this finds touch, it will be half time. Yes, it will be half time. So Isipathana will be disappointed, I would say, with how the first half has gone. Just a 5-0 lead to show for them. It's been scrappy by both teams.
Yeah, it's been a fair contest, I would say. If you look at Isipathana trying their best, but against Science College, I was thinking Isipathana is going to go all out, and Science had to defend, but Science had their fair chances as well. But they were unable to convert those opportunities into points. So I'm sure they're going to be really happy to stop Isipathana just only with 5 points, not giving much away. But Isipathana, on the other hand, well, it's going to be 50-50 failings. They could be really happy out having 5 points on the board, but equally be disappointed for not to converting those opportunities into points. So it's going to be a second half game. The challenge for both teams with these weather conditions, how they're going to sustain and go through that second half. The next 35 minutes is going to be crucial for these two teams. So there you go, the halftime score, 5-0. And don't go away, stay tuned. We'll be bringing you the balance or the rest of the live coverage, where it's going to be more and super exciting. Another 35 minutes between Science and Isipathana.
New, long-lasting fragrances.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Saddle up.
Tuesdays,
We stand united.
a woman's place
Let's get it done, America.
is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. New episodes, Tuesdays on AXN. New, long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අතිසාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි. New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, yeah. Get it! This is so cool.
Exclusive on Dialog Television.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අතිසාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි.
Saddle up.
March 3rd. We stand united.
A woman's place.
Let's get it done, America.
Is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. The final season premieres March 3rd on AXN.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances. New long-lasting fragrances.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Saddle up.
Tuesdays.
We stand united.
A woman's place.
Let's get it done, America.
Is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. New episodes Tuesdays on AXN.
New long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අතිසාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Saddle up.
Tuesdays.
We stand united.
A woman's place.
Let's get it done, America.
Is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. New episodes Tuesdays on AXN.
Gentlemen, start your engines. We yeah. Get it. This is so cool. Look at that guy.
Exclusive on Dialog Television.
Saddle up.
March 3rd.
We stand united.
A woman's place
Let's get it done, America.
is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. The final season premieres March 3rd on AXN.
A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience. A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Saddle up.
Tuesdays.
We stand united.
A woman's place
Let's get it done, America.
is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. Wow! I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. New episodes Tuesdays on AXN.
Hello there, welcome back. You're watching the live coverage between Isipathana College and Science College, match number 6 on the very first week of Dialog Schools Rugby 2020, and live on www.thepapare.com, your favorite sports hub, and bringing you this live and exclusively to your screens from wherever you're watching. And the exciting first half was pretty much not exciting the way that we were looking at it. But however, the second half is going to be a different game here. Just 5-0 Isipathana going into the half-time and having contested the majority of the time inside the Science territory. But Science College, they also had the opportunity on multiple occasions, but owing to their own mistakes, they were unable to convert those opportunities into points. Well, second half is just about to begin, and skipper Manil Karuberu is going to restart the game for Isipathana College. And this half, Hisham, what is important is we have to wait and see who has the best fitness, and they are the people, or rather that's the team who is going to win. Simple as that. There you go, the second half opted to go on the opposite direction where not the forwards are there, and good collection there by the skipper, in fact, for, well, no, it's a center. Once again a kick blocked. Unfortunately it was offside. Had he collected it, or if not, he was not offside, it would have been a fantastic experience. I think it was not offside, the tackler not rolling away. Yes.
Interesting, the referee spoke to both captains just before the restart of the second half and told them to manage the penalties because both teams conceding too many penalties.
Well, Hisham, that was a thumping kick and just simply took Isipathana all the way back inside their own 22, and this is going to be exciting. Seems like Science College, they have a plan going into second half. They played really well, in fact, by not conceding much points or leaking anything out. They defended very well, and attack, nothing that have changed. It's just only going with the number 5 player. That's the second player jumping in, and there's going to be a rolling maul coming in, and they're pushing forward. Isipathana struggling, and there's a penalty being awarded. Referee's playing advantage. Isipathana trying to bring that maul down, and beautiful one. Science College pushing forward. They are going in, they are advancing. Can they make it count? Hasaranga, in fact Rosanga, lining the 3/4 up. The skipper, beautifully done. Then one good defense coming in there from Isipathana flank as well. Tarandu Sandaruwan, but that's going to be time off. Is he going to have a chat? Good passage of play there by Science College. And that's a penalty for bringing that maul down. And let's see what's the call is going to be. Is it going to be touch? It is going to be touch.
Isipathana College did not contest that line out, but Science College proving they're very dangerous off line out time. Their forwards will gain a lot of confidence, if not they already have, of how they pushed back Isipathana, and now they're in the red zone. Isipathana danger already. Just 2 minutes inside the half. Science College need to get the line out right. They do so. And this time Isipathana try to exert some pressure, but Science College good peel on the blind side. Isipathana trying to add pressure. This time it's fair and square, but still Science College with possession. Few meters off the line. The big men trying to rumble their way through. So close, Science College meters away from the try line. Offside, says the referee. And Isipathana conceding another penalty, and this could be a yellow card. It's number 1 of Isipathana, the prop, and yes, the referee is going to his pocket. So offside, and referee did inform Manilka just to keep things in order, not to concede penalties, and Isipathana within this 2.5 minutes have conceded 3 penalties already, and this is a big blow.
Well, that's a massive blow for Isipathana College, and that's a big lad, the loose head prop, and going into a maul situation, that's going to give an advantage. Let's hope they get the line out correct. There's no contest. They tried it once, and second one, once again they're moving inside. This time Science pushing forward. Once again Isipathana trying to bring that maul down, and referee is not indicating anything. Seems to be clean, and that's the skipper Denuvan pushing forward. They're trying to go on the blind side. They're changing directions, but Isipathana holding on very well. That's going to be very close, not giving much. And Science College, and still they are not giving out to the 3 quarters. They still want to deal with the forwards, complete this move with the forwards, and they have numbers. Once again it's trying to go inside. Once again cut inside. Has he scored? He has scored. Beautiful try there. Just show and go. Rasanga Dinushan. Good bit of work. Not a big lad. Saw that gap. He lined up 2 forwards and dummy towards the forwards and inside roll off, and he touches down with the support of his keeper. Beautiful execution by Science College. This was coming for a long time, and Isipathana has been the culprits, conceding back-to-back 3 penalties. They simply gave that 5 points away. Simple as that.
Well, they're just shooting themselves on the foot, Isipathana, and now momentum will surely be in favor of Science College, because they've still got about 8 minutes or so of 1 man extra, and it's a prop forward as well. Science College will be hoping to take this conversion, and I did see this boy kicking during warm-ups. He did have the angles and the distance, so he'll be surely hoping to put this one over and take the lead for his side. Let's wait and see.
That's Yasaskure coming with the conversion for Science College. If he can make it count, look at that concentration. That's going to be 2 extra points. Beautiful kick. Has it gone through? It has gone through, and Science College lead for the first time. 7-5. Isipathana under pressure. They have to bounce back. This is their home grounds, and they are trailing by 2 points. And you can see the Science College supporters. They've been woken up now. And Isipathana supporters, well, they have gone quiet.
Get back.
Quite interesting. 7-5. Science College is leading. Can you believe it? At Havelock Park. Once again opting to go on the opposite direction. Ribeiro charging towards 2 players. Good running there by Silva. Navindu Silva on that occasion. Got plenty of space to clear it up. Hasaranga puts a deep kick inside, but there's no chasers. But that gives ample space for Gunasekara to counter-attack. So Isipathana on the move. They have come inside the Science territory. That's the hooker. Rajapaksa going into contact. Good support coming in there. Recycle ball coming out. And tackler not rolling away. Referee's playing advantage. And saw that advantage. Sensible thing to do. Ratnavira putting the kick inside Pathana territory. And that is going to be a chase. He has to touch down. And that's going to be 5 meter scrum. 5 meter scrum. Well, you can't blame him. He didn't have much choice. And that's brilliant bit of play by the Johan Ratnavira. Saw that penalty coming and putting that ball inside. And 3 chases. They were right on it. And that put Science College under pressure. Good, fantastic teamwork there by Isipathana College.
Good thinking there by Johan, because we very always see schoolboys, when they get the advantage, they just thump the ball down the field. But Johan, beautifully calculated kick. But you can't blame the Science College player there. He didn't have any option. He just ran across and then he was just stuck with plenty of opposition pressure on him. And now Isipathana, the last time they had a 5 meter scrum, they ended up with a try. And now they have another opportunity to strike back.
Well, seems like Ratnavira and Sandarwan plotting something for Pathana. It's going to be an exciting combination. Scrum off and the flanker. Flanker blocking that. And good line, and that's a clean one. Beautiful long cutout pass. And Riaz Lukman touching down for the first time for Pathana in green jersey. And scores the second try of the game. Good comeback. And an instant comeback. And very speedy response by Pathana. Lukman Riaz. Good cutout pass.
Beautiful pass, took the Science defense out of the equation. And Isipathana strike back immediately. And once again Isipathana scoring off a set piece. First phase move. The conversion goes through and Isipathana take the lead. And now what Isipathana will be hoping to do is build momentum off this and not let Science College get into the game, because you know what Science College is capable of. The longer you keep them in the game, they grow in belief and they can hurt you. They have the players to hurt you.
While the 2 points cushion was only enjoyed for a few minutes, and Isipathana bounced back, and let's see how Science is going to bite back. So opting to go deep and high. A sensible thing to do. Ruberu collecting it and immediately putting that ball out, since he was inside the 25 or rather 22. Under pressure, it was a decent clearance to bring Isipathana back into pretty much in the halfway mark. But still, Science has the advantage, having the ball in hand. Can they go close again?
I like what I see from Science College forwards. They don't panic, even though they messed up a few lineouts. They're organized, they know what to do, they plan ahead. They got lovely inside ball, but this time he's met with the Isipathana defense. That's the skipper trying to bustle his way through. The ball this time comes out for the 3/4. Here's the fly half. Lukman just manages to hold on to his man.
Well, good move there by Science College, pushing forward. They have plenty of support. They're coming in bunches. That's the beauty about it. So there's not going to be any isolation. 3 against 3. Good charge forward. And Isipathana has to defend vigorously to stop the Science charge. This is the 4th phase. Not a bad one. Once again, going this time a little bit high, but still managing to secure the ball. Going high is... There's a risk of losing the ball when you're going for the tackles, and also when it comes to turnover or rather counter-rocking. Opting to go on the different direction. So that's a big lad. Kick and chase. That's going to go into touch. Or is he going to go full? I'm not sure what was the call. Well, seems like it's a shoulder charge. So that's going to be another penalty. And Hasarang on that occasion trying to put that ball. So the advantage what he had was the ball was going from right to left, and he's a left-footer kicker, and it was easy for him to put the ball out. And he got a shoulder charge. And now, once again, Hasaranga opting to go for touch. Has he found the yardage, or rather was a decent kick, not a bad one, but good enough to bring back Science inside Patana territory. And this is going to be more challenging for Isipathana. They are leading by 5 points, but can they stop this Science charge on this occasion?
So Isipathana still with a man down. And Science College once again with an opportunity just inside their 22. Be having so much confidence. Jump early this time, but just managed to collect it, but still once again coming in from the side. So Isipathana once again conceding a penalty, just not what they need. And Science College with possession. So that's advantage, so it'll be possession once again for Science College.
Okay, is it going to be the same story again? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. It's just within touching distance, and I guess it's going to be cramped. Yes, because of this weather, you're pretty much dehydrated. You have to get yourself hydrated. And just an easy kick, but not a good area, but a little bit away from 5 meters. But still closer. They're plotting. Let's say whether the interesting thing is we have to ask ourselves whether Isipathana is going to contest or not. And if they're going to contest, definitely they're going to put pressure on Science College. But seems like they are not going to be contesting. It's pretty uncontested. Well, that's the same thing they did it. And beautiful rolling ball. They are going forward. Can they go? And the skipper touches down. Well, seems like it's a cricket one. Not a try. My apologies. The referee was off the screen. Wasn't able to see. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very, very interesting. So the call was line out, not straight. And that's not the first occasion. This is the 4th occasion, in fact. Science College. It's a chance for Isipathana to get out of trouble. He must be really happy with that. What a mistake. It was an uncontested line out. They were unable to get it clean. And they concede a turnover ball. Enforced error, you can call it in rugby as well. It's a clean ball for Patana. That's going to be Silva putting the ball up in there. He has not found touch. It's inside. And referee is playing advantage. That's a knock forward. That's a cardinal error. Well, you're on the move, you're attacking, and you're not under pressure. There's an easy ball coming, and you just simply get yourself away from the ball and lose it completely. And not only that, conceding the ball back to your opponents. That's not a good thing to do. It's crucial second half, almost 50 minutes on the clock. Isipathana leading by 5 points. It's going to be very interesting second half. We have to wait and see whether it's going to be a close call or not.
Well, the player was backpedaling as soon as he was looking towards the ball. His collection was not clean. So Isipathana scrum almost on the halfway line. Johan Ratnavira with the feed in. Here's Renuja, skips Manilka. Once again a short pass, but Lukman Riaz just couldn't hold on to that ball. Had he had an open field.
Well, that's a good ploy, actually. You're bringing the centers too close and cutting it out and sending it off. So which means it's just a cut-out pass, but not in depth. Just a short one.
And off your screen, plenty of Science College players going down with cramps. That's not good. And it's a scrum half who is struggling this time. And this is something we do see in schoolboy level, the first game of the season.
That's going to be a lot of wear and tear. And when you play in these weather conditions, definitely it's going to be a lot of fatigue. And your fitness comes into question. And like you said, this is just the first game of the season. for these two teams. So he probably might need to be substituted. He can't continue, I guess.
Well, will Bilal Yusuf be forced to make a substitution? I'm sure he wouldn't want his scrum half to be replaced early on. He's struggling.
Right, mark.
He's back on his feet again.
So Isipathana back to 15 players. So the yellow carded player is back on the field. And that's something important for them.
Simon.
So that was Johnny Ruvikramasekara.
Crouch.
He's been
Bye. Set. Steady.
Sarinder Sihasara.
Pardon me,
that is Sarinder Sihasara. But number 8 break. It's going to be a high tackle. Yes, referee is putting his arm out. And that's going to be kick and chase. Good rescue. But he's been isolated. Players coming in. And referee is giving an option now. Whether it's going to be a scrum in forward or just going back to the kick where it was a high tackle. I was knocked forward, in fact.
Number 8. High, yeah.
So instead of going for the penalty, they've gone for the knock forward.
Yeah, scrum half is really struggling.
Right, boy, Coach.
So I don't think he can continue. You can see his pain. He's finding it very, very difficult. That's a loose ball. And he's not comfortable with that. But in the meantime, Science College moving forward. They got the line and they are going to go with the forwards. That's the second phase coming in. Good contact. The skipper going in there with a charge. They're lining up beautifully. Trying to work that ball from right to left corner. And this occasion, that's coming into the 3 quarters. Hasaranga stepping inside, beautifully done. But he's been isolated. 3 players committing for that defense. And Science College pushing forward. And now the forwards come in to join the party. They have gained about 15 yards. Isipathana struggling to defend. Science College keeping that ball. That's very important for them at this crucial stage. Charging forward, they have to have the ball in hand. And that's the penalty. Once again, one too many penalties conceded by Patana. That's not helping them. And that's an error for carrying the ball forward.
Sloppy play by Isipathana. And to make matters worse, they conceded even territory there. Not the best option taken by Venra Kodagoda. And Science College, I think it's a sensible option. With time left, reduce the deficit to a penalty kick.
Back 10 meters.
Yeah, they easily got about another 10 to 15 minutes left on the clock. And so that's a sensible thing to do, going for that 3 points.
And up.
Once again, the forwards this time, they're pressing hard. They've been brought back, pushed back, I would say. And that's the big lad, Madhushankar, trying his luck. Good defense coming in from Isipathana. And once again, a short ball, a quick one. Referee's playing advantage once again. And well, it's again an opportunity missed by Pasindu. In fact, by Rasanga. Every time he gets an opportunity, he just tends to punt that ball instead of making use of that advantage. But referee's been warning Isipathana.
So the first infringement was the offside, and then he got involved off the ball with that player. So the referee gives a yellow card. I think it was coming because the amount of penalties Isipathana have been conceding. So Isipathana will be a player down till the end of this game. And they concede a penalty. And Science College look to be going for a short tap here.
Well, they have the advantage. And it's not the wisest thing to do. Thought as much. That was pretty much predictive. Good passage of play for Isipathana. They were lucky enough to collect that. Good pickup. Massive mistake by Science College. He could have gone for a scrum, or if not gone for 3 points on the board. There are about 7 or 8 minutes left. Renuja put the ball up in the air, but again it's going to fall inside, not going to find touch, and cleanly collected on that occasion by Tarush De Silva. And he's got support. Kalhara, Dulaj Kalhara, poor offload. Referee's playing advantage. And Science College on the move again. Once again they managed to get back inside Isipathana territory. That's been dangerous. So the first knock forward was by Isipathana. That's a good call by referee. And he was playing advantage. And the second one was caused by Science College. So this is going to be a close encounter. 17-10. If Science College can score, they have the capacity, or rather the ability, to convert that. We have seen them kicking, and that's going to cause trouble for Isipathana. They have to hold on to it. So this is a scrum. Well, eventually for the last 10 minutes or so, the game been played inside the Isipathana territory. Pasindu. And there comes Sasaranga. And that's the big hands. That's going to be a little bit of running. Unfortunately, it doesn't work well for them. But intentions are pretty clear. Should have held on to it. Hasanka Kaluarachi. 3 minutes left on the clock. Can Isipathana hold on to this lead? They have the ball in hand. They have to go in for the scrum. You can see the Science College players are really tired. And fitness counts a lot. They have made a heap load of changes to bring in new players. They have brought in the reserve prop Charinda Madhushan and also Hashan Dev in the front row. So those are replacements coming in.
So Clifford, amongst all this, we have to decide on our player of the match. With just 3 minutes left on the clock. Well, that is going to be an audacious task for both of us, given the fact how this game has been going.
Well, that's going to be a tough ask. And, well, there were a little bit of glimpse of play, but unfortunately nobody stood out. But there were some hard-working forwards. And for me, I would say in that case, Dahin Wickramarachchi showed some brilliant signs in terms of defense as well as offense. And he was very instrumental on a couple of occasions. He managed to get Isipathana out of trouble as well. And he defended very well. And every time when you saw Denuwan Silva breaking in, and he managed to stop Denuwan Silva as well. So it was good defending. And he was pretty much targeting Denuwan Silva. But also, the best thing is, to make things easy for us, he managed to score a try as well. So there I go. For me, the man of the match is the Isipathana number 8, Dahin Wickramarachchi. And I'm sure you'll agree on that.
Well, given the fact we have limited resources to choose from, I would agree. Dahan, who ended up scoring the try, which seems to be the decider. I would go with your pick as well, Clifford. So it means Isipathana's number 8, Dahan Wickramarachchi, will be the ThePapare.com's player of the match for today's game. And just under 2 minutes left now. Isipathana with possession. They'll try to slow things down and finish this game off.
Well, that makes sense. Isipathana slowing it down, but Science College, well, they have to show some sense of urgency. And, well, that's a long one. Nicely collected. Isipathana trying to keep that ball in, but not sure it's the right decision to kick and chase. But it falls in no man's land. And ball goes into touch. It has gone into touch. And that seems to be a good kick. Well, pretty much it was aimed at the chasers, but eventually that found touch. And that found touch in a nice way and gained plenty of yardage. and this is going to put Isipathana in a good position to add to more their points tally. So it's going to be 17-10 right now, and can they add more? But on the other hand, Science College, and I think that the defender who was under pressure was Hasanka Kaluarachi, and completely misjudged that.
Crucial line out for Science College now. They managed to get it right. The number 8 jumps, and they opt for the rolling maul. Isipathana just keeping it steady. Ball is out. Science College have no option but to run with it. But they steps inside. Does find his man. Isipathana defense got it covered. They come out of there 22.
Back.
Well, that's textbook rugby from Science College, going into contact. But it seems like a forward pass. That's what the spectators are shouting at or screaming at. But referee is just there to spot that. 17-10. Science College, they are inside their own territory. Just over a minute left. They have to get out. And they are not going to kick, that's for sure. They will be stepping inside. Beautiful pass. And referee says it falls behind.
Last play.
And there's going to be a minute more. You can see referee indicated that this is going to be probably the last passage of play, if it is going to take long. And Science on that occasion, they showed some glimpse of attacking mode was on. In fact, that was a promising move. Well, seems like Science is not showing any sense of urgency. They know they are running down, and Isipathana will kill time, that's for sure. And definitely this is going to be the final passage of play. And the ball with Naveen Kanishka, he's going to be putting it in.
Go back, number 9 back.
Good collection. And trying to kick that out. And that's the final whistle. It's a hard-fought victory for Isipathana. They showed that they have the class. And especially Denuwan Wickramarchi with that break, taking his team forward and finally finishing it off that move, which was a decisive try. And eventually he is the man of the match as well. But on the other hand, for Science College, they played really well. They had the opportunities, they created those opportunities, but they were unable to finish that off. Therefore, they lose out. And Isipathana, they took those chances and managed to capitalize on the crucial occasions and convert them into points. Congratulations to them. The first outing for these two teams, it was a tough encounter, and Isipathana walking out as winners. Prishant, what's your say on this?
Well, exactly, Clifford. I think that's the key word. Science just couldn't finish what they were capable of, you could say, because they did create moves. They had Isipathana under a lot of pressure towards too much that Isipathana would have not liked. But in the end, Isipathana took the opportunity, fed off those mistakes from Science College, managed to score 3 tries. And for a season opener, I'm sure regarding the performance, they would have been a bit disappointed. But for a season opener, just get the win on your first outing and move forward. That should be the target for Isipathana from here onwards. Science College, unlucky. They could have toppled the results. Here you go, the key stats. Full time in favor of Isipathana, 17 points to 10. 3 tries from Isipathana for just 1 try from Science. 1 conversion and 1 penalty for Science, and that sums up. And player of the match, number 8 from Isipathana, Dahan Wickramarchi.
So next week's fixtures, it's going to be an interesting tie. St. Joseph's taking on St. Thomas's. That's going to be played at Longdon Place. Anthony's vs Trinity at Nithawala. It's the Anthony's home game, so that's going to be a local rivalry clash there up in Kandy. Vidyartha St. Peter's and Dharmaraja Science, Wesley Isipathana, and a very exciting fixture, Royal vs Kingswood, which is going to be at Royal Complex, and also Dharmaraja Science, that's going to be at home for Dharmaraja. Eventually they are playing at Pallekele Trinity College grounds, and Wesley College Isipathana, that's going to be at Longdon Place. And Wesley, yes, a team to watch, and Isipathana, again, it's not going to be an easy outing for them the next week as well. And Kingswood, and they're going to be taking on Royal, and they're taking the big boys in Colombo, and they have done so well with the first game, and second game is going to be crucial as well.
Those 2 games are going to be a blockbuster affair, especially the Kingswood versus Royal. Kingswood have laid down the marker. They showed a lot of promise in their first game, and travelling won't be the issue. It's just that if they can cope with the Royal forwards. So that's going to be an interesting affair at the Royal Sports Complex, Clifford.
Well, that's it from us here at the commentary box. The entire ThePapare crew who brought you the live coverage here from Havelock Park. And also big thank you goes out to those who are watching and joining us from home. Signing off from the commentary box, I'm Clifford Surendran along with Hishan. Good evening.
New, long-lasting fragrances. A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Saddle up.
Tuesdays,
We stand united.
a woman's place
Let's get it done, America.
is in the White House.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Elizabeth McCord.
I invite the American people to join me in this campaign for inclusion. I broke the White House.
Madam Secretary. New episodes, Tuesdays on AXN.
New, long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අති සාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Oh, yeah. Get it. This is so cool. Look at that guy.
An exclusive on Dialog Television. New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.
ඔව් අපේ තරංගාරිය රිතුකි. ඉගෙනීම කන්දක් නම් රිතුකිට ඒක කෙන්දක්. ආදරේ කරන්න අමතක කළේ නෑ තරංගලාට. අම්මා ගෙදර නැති අතරේ. මේ තරම් දුරක් අවුරුදු 4ක් වයසදී පළමු තරංගාරිය ලෙස ඉතිහාසයට එක්වෙමින්
40 වසරක් තිස්සේ අති සාර්ථක ගමනක් අපි 40 වසරකුත් හෙටටත් ඔබට මඟ පාදන NDB අපේ කැපවීම ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයයි.
New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances. A tradition that dates back over a century. Chaos that captures your heart and soul. An extravaganza you cannot miss. A new decade of familiar madness. March Madness 2020. 28th February to 4th April. Live on Dialog Television, Channel 1 and Channel 16. Dialog Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience. New gold deodorants with long-lasting fragrances.